Hey everybody, I've really been thinking hard about a few things, especially Switch Groups, and not particularly the ones that are meeting on Wednesday nights. I know we're going to critique that continually as it goes along, just like I hope we critique. I'm having to really critique myself on message prep and exactly how I'm talking to kids about what we're talking about. It seems like over the last few months, the content needs to be boiled down a lot on the preaching side. I've just been used to just teaching what is on my heart, and I'm having to reevaluate that because I want kids to get the most out of what we're doing. And we're going to do that with Switch Groups as well, with content and things like that. We want to make sure that kids are getting the most out of everything that we're doing. And so on that same line, one of the things that I've been heavily convicted over about the last few months is I'm the kind of person that starts 50 different things, and all of them start, and then I forget about those 50 things, and I go over to 50 other things. And if you've been around me for any amount of time, you'll be like, okay, yeah, that's exactly how you are. You may be like, I've never noticed that about you, but it's neither here nor there. The point is, the Switch Groups outside of service has been on my brain exactly how that was going to work, and this is not me giving a video lecture about how we're going to can it. I do have some thoughts, however, and I want to see what you guys think about it, what your feedback would be. Rather than initially in January starting off where we've got groups meeting at you guys' homes, in different nights, and this one's meeting at this time, this one's meeting at this time, and a lot of you guys are committed to a lot of different things, a lot of things going on. I thought instead of just pushing everybody into the cold pool, that maybe we ease everybody in, students and us as well, and parents included in this for those who can't drive. And so this was my idea. So what if in January we've got a curriculum? I have been working on this curriculum right here and have just gotten to the point where I've got the DVD started. Here's the 4 sections that I got for it that will go into the thing, and this will become a small booklet with information and stuff like that in it. What if instead of launching in January, doing meeting twice a month at different locations and trying to work this all out, what if we did something kind of similar to what Motion at Highlands is doing? They do a Motion night once a month. And they actually do it on their Wednesday night, and they have everybody come in. They do worship and all this kind of stuff. Well, I like that. I like that idea. But what if instead of having another worship service or whatever, what if we did what we were talking about doing in different homes at different times once a month, just for a starter, like a kickoff to Switch Groups outside of services, start them at the church. And so I guess what I'm saying is, what if in January we kind of launch and say, okay, guys, every month we're going to have a Switch night, and it's going to be the Thursday following the third Wednesday. Okay, so every third Thursday we're going to have a Switch night, and basically that means you come to the Student Ministries building, and all of our group leaders are there, and basically we have those area groups like we talked about doing before, just like you would have done at your home or gone and met at a restaurant or whatever it was, but you're going to meet with them there. It's going to be a totally different group than the group that you have on Wednesday nights, because they're going to be grouped more by where they live. But let's just, for instance, let's say Anita and Angela. You guys are there, and there's a group from the Morris, Kimberly area, and then there's a group from the Fultondale, Gardendale area. And so, Angela, you take some of the kids from Fultondale or from Morris, Kimberly, and then Anita, you take some from the Fultondale, Gardendale area. And there may only like 5 kids in each one of these groups, but you take them, and then you go through, on this particular night, you'd go through content like this, where they'd have a booklet they could take home with material or whatever. You discuss, you watch a video, you talk, but there would be 3 essential things that you do in that time. You give time to pray with them, for them. You have time to listen to what's going on in their life. You have time to actually disciple them through the scriptures, talk about different issues, give them advice, let them give each other advice, talk about life, what's going on. And then also, those are pastoral care and discipleship. Those are 2 things. And then the third thing is mission, where you challenge them to be on what we call mission around here. It just means that you challenge them to be sharing the gospel wherever they are. And when they're like, well, what does that mean? Then we get to explain that, show them what that means. And then also we could use that one night a month to see unbelievers that they may know and say, hey, come, this is just the thing where we hang out, we talk, we do all this stuff for people who have questions or whatever, and start kind of easing into that water and then kind of evaluate it after 3 months. 3 months we've met 3 times. And what do we think? Does this look like we have a consistent group coming? And then slowly start going, okay, on this third Thursday, we're gonna actually meet at the people's houses that you meet with on the night. So Anita Pollard, they may be meeting at your house. Angela Waters meeting at your house. Bradley and Paige and meet at your house. So on and so forth. And so I'm wanting your input on this. I'm leaning heavily towards this. And the reason is because we haven't even firmly got a foothold on community groups as a whole in our church. Actually, that's going to be starting as well in January. And so I'm trying to make sure that we don't overstep, do something so much so that we feel like failures because it didn't work. And let's try the basic idea at home as far as at the church. Split up everybody in area groups. Let's just see how that works. See if that was something that. It's only once a month, so I think we'd have a good turnout. And my thing is, I'm not about numbers, but I want all of our kids to be able to participate. I want it to be easy for them to be there. I know no night's really a good night, and I know that we're going to face the same problems at the church that we would at homes. And so there's a lot of stuff that there's questions in my mind that if we just went off and did the homes thing, that we may not have enough time to sit down and go, okay, this is how it needs to go, this is what needs to be said in this. So what if we did it at the church for about 3 months, once a month, and then as we got going in it, said, okay, I think we're all ready, we're all saying this group's got it, we know they like coming, I'm connecting with them. Now let's try maybe twice a month next month at your home. And kind of just test the waters. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't think I'm retracting everything. I just want to do this successfully. And I think, actually, I really feel strongly that this is where the Holy Spirit's leading us to go towards. I really think that it'll be beneficial for the kids, with us, and with the church as a whole, especially with parents who are having to bring their kids and things like that. So I want it to be something that's good for them. And also, our culture is very used to coming to the church right now, so let's work on that. Let's use that to our advantage. Let's get them here on a Thursday night once a month, and then start easing them into the water of a Thursday night outside of the church, and then maybe 2 Thursdays out of the month outside of the church, and slowly build that kind of that muscle up to make it work the way that it's supposed to. I really believe this is a God thing. The switch groups outside of service times, I really believe that with all my heart. And I believe it can develop into something that's truly missional, that we're seeing kids leave out of there, they're seeing their friends saved, and they have a place to plug them in besides just Wednesday night services with these smaller groups that are meeting together. So I'd love to have your comments. You can email me, you can text me, but I would love to hear feedback soon if you get a chance. This is where I'm feeling very strongly. We've got a month to kind of make sure that that's what we want to do and how we want to do it. And we have the safety of a building and a time and all that stuff. So that's will be kind of a safety net for us. And I don't want to take much more of your time other than to say that also on the 19th of December, we're going to do a Christmas party. The following Wednesday after that, we're off from service. And Bradley's starting a series next week, and it's going to be 4 weeks long. He's going to preach the first 2 weeks, then we're going to have a 2-week break, and then we'll come back and Bradley will finish that series up. I'll be handling switch groups with you guys, and so any information that you want to pass along, the series is going to be called Heartburn. It's going to be about building a passion for Jesus, and I'm really excited about the content that Bradley is going to be talking about. So, guys, I know y'all know how I am. I just talk. Process that, think about it. If you got any questions, if you're totally lost, if you're like, oh my gosh, Jonathan, shut up, I don't know what you're talking about, or if you need to call me and let's hash it out, call me, email me, text me, whatever you got to do, let's talk about it, and let's kind of make sure we're all on the same page. Love you guys, and I'm praying for you today, and have a great rest of the week. See you.